Hey guys, and welcome back to the HobbyDude 007 channel. Want to bring you up to date on my quest for the perfect brass, at least for me, an eBay purchase, as well as perhaps some helpers around the workbench. Stick around, guys. As you know from the last two videos, I have been trying to find just the brass that satisfies me, a good reflective brass finish for those old 1900s to 1920s cars, as well as maybe a show car or so in here. Well, these are the two, and by no means are my experiments over with yet, but as of this morning, I've got three more spoons I want to do something different with, but I had to share these with you. I sent some photos of one of them to Matthew. I know he is interested with model car videos, and he was interested in this too, but this is my experimentation. This one is over, well, the spoons are the hard plastic, kind of like styrene, but they have a coat of primer. This one has Tamiya gloss white as a base, and then I think this one was the AK chrome, which, to be honest with you, the AK and this one has the Revell chrome on it. The chrome looks about the same. I mean, they're really good. I think the Revell might have a little edge, but and then this one I dusted. I went back. You remember from the candy colors, we did these, but I went back and did another one and just did a light dusting with this one over that. And of course, that chrome over the lighter color, like in this case, the gloss white. You see how much brighter it is here. Well, take a look at this. And it's going to depend on your personal taste, but look at, I'll use this STP decal. And you can see the reflectiveness there. So we get a really good finish. When you're just looking at it like this, it doesn't do it justice. But as you see, it's really good. And this one is a little bit lighter. And this is the lemon yellow, just dusted. This is the golden yellow, all clad candy. And this one I think is much richer. And I put a little bit more of this than a dusting, but check that out. This has a more, I think, brass look to it. This is the one I sent a copy of it to Matthew, and I think this is the way to go. I think it really looks good. But like I said, I've got three more spoons. I've got something else I'm still tinkering with that I'm hoping one of them does what I hope the recipe in my mind comes out the way. Hopefully it'll beat this. But you know, if it doesn't, I think this is the way to go. And this one is the primer, the gloss black. I think this is Tester's gloss black. Yeah, Tester's gloss black. This is the Revell chrome. And then the, again, candy golden yellow, just dusted over it. And I took an old AMT trophy, and as you see here, I did the AMT trophy in all clad chrome, and after the all clad chrome, I used just like an old trophy. I used the all clad just transparent yellow and shot lightly, just dusted lightly over that. And then I took some pieces of balsa wood and made the base for this trophy. So yeah, it's kind of cool, isn't it? But I think that turned out pretty well too. Anyway, that's where I am on that, and I'll bring you up to date on these other three spoons when I get those done. Next thing up was a purchase on eBay that I was really excited about because a lot of you know when it comes to drag racing, or some of you may know, I am a pro stock fanatic. My favorite division in racing is pro stock. Well, I saw this, I think it was in Japan, Okinawa, on eBay, and it's a Plymouth Arrow. So I jumped on that. It said it was 1/24th in the vents that you see normally. If you see these pro stockers here, Let's see if I can get this up here. And then there's your vents that go there, and the one for the other side. But I got a problem with this, and maybe you guys can tell me. Plymouth Arrow, and my problem is, look how big this thing is. I mean, for a small wheelbase car, this thing, it says it was 1/24th scale, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm thinking this is 1/20th scale, or 1/22nd. Based on my measurements and figuring, it's between 20th and 22nd. Well, and I'm not sure about that. It's kind of a glue bomb. You can see some brush strokes here and there, and you can see some orange peel here and there, so I'm not sure what they painted it with. It'll go in the purple pond. The front suspension up here is broke, but that's not a big deal because I wouldn't be using this chassis or any of that stuff anyway. But overall, as far as a Plymouth Arrow goes, we got a nice looking, decent body. It's just the scale just does not look right. But hey, if anybody knows anything about these things from Japan, or have any background or anything on them, put it in the comment section, because I'm really not sure. Made in Japan. And if you look right here, you know, I just noticed this. This looks like somebody took from another kit. You see how rough the cuts are? Cut that off and glued it on there. And you know what? Look up in there. Can y'all see that? Ha! I think it's taped together. No joke, I think it's taped. Let's take this thing apart. I didn't look it over that well, obviously. Well, there's our taillight section. I don't know what's holding it together now. That is tape. Wow. And it's still fairly sticky. Can you believe that? I've never thought about taping them all together. I wonder if this was a slot car, because check out that interior. With the windows, see they're tinted? I could not see up in there. But yeah, it was, well, I'll be darned. Well, guys, we're sharing this experience together. But you know what? It was actually together pretty firmly. Look at all that tape. Not just masking tape. And again, this is not a chassis I would use anyway. I'll snap that off. Looked like it had, at one time, posable or working steering. Not sure about that. The Chrysler wheels, I don't know. We may see what we can do with these little wheels. That's got to be an uncomfortable right-hand steer. Must have been Japanese. Yeah, the black bumpers. It'll require some work, but I'm still concerned about the scale. I just don't think that's going to be, well, even the windshield is taped in. Looks like they glued the hood closed. That's not really a big deal either. I'll check out the back glass. Apparently it was made where the hatch would come up at one time. So it was a separate piece. I don't know anything about this kit, but I just don't see this being 24th scale. I mean, the thing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5 inches long, and I don't think an Arrow had that big a wheelbase for this. I'll have to dig out something something in the same wheelbase. I think I've got something else like a little bigger than Pinto, and I don't think it was in that same ballpark, but yeah, that needs to go in the purple pond. But anyway, All right, and next up was something I found while I was over at our other house in the storeroom that I don't remember had a $25 price tag on it, and I thought, hey, cool, these guys could help me at the workbench. Check this out. I don't even remember buying this. But they're minions. Let's take a look at them. This is fun. I love this kind of stuff, finding these things too, and they're so simple to make too. If you're familiar with Mr. Gru's crew, that's pretty clean. Check that out. That's very smooth. Pretty clean casting. Look at those little bitty feet. I don't know if he'll even stand up. Yeah, I guess he will. Here's the other two guys. That's the arms. Oh, decals. That's how long it's been. This is like finding a brand new, or buying a brand new kid. Well, they all have brown eyes, it looks like. Short, tall, and then of course you can do smiles or gritty teeth. And I think, and there's your instructions. I don't know who made this. Let's see, it's got to be one of the sci-fi companies, I would imagine. Well, if I had fingernails, this would be easier, I guess. It actually doesn't have a manufacturer's name on it that I can see. But we got the one-eyed dude, and then we've got the those decals back down, face down, so nothing happens to them. I can't remember the names. I think that was Bob, the big tall guy. It looks like their lower ends are the same, maybe? No, they're not. So they're different size too. But anyway, I think these guys look cool sitting on the workbench. Put some racing uniform things on their the front of them. Oh, that was the... Let's see. I thought one of these guys only had one eye. Ah, there he is. Kind of cool. Well, if y'all are interested in one, let me see if I can find a name on here as far as manufacturer goes. Well, look at here. Produced by... Let's see if I can see that. JPG Casting. Decals by ltgraphics.com. So I guess through JPG Castings and jtgraphics.com. I guess that's an easy way to find you some workbench helpers. So there we go. Love the coffee cup. I didn't look to see if that was in there, but I would imagine if it's on the box art, it probably is. Well, all right, guys, that's it for this time. Again, the big mystery to me is what scale is this thing? It just looks so cotton-picking big. For a small wheelbase car, this thing, like I said, it measures 7.5 inches long. And I know that's about 24th, but for a small scale, it just looks enormous. I'll break out again one of my smaller wheelbase cars and do some figuring, where I'll break out the calculator and see what I can come up with. But all right, guys, thanks again. Appreciate you. If you're not a subscriber, hit that sub button. Give us a thumbs up. We appreciate it more than you know. Y'all have a great one. I'll talk to you in the next video. See you guys. God bless.